Welcome back, weirdos. I don't know what you're still doing here. I've had a whole lot of people ditch my channel since I stopped fixing things, making things, repairing things and recycling things. But I haven't. I'm still fixing things, repairing things, making things and recycling things. Never mind. Hey, look, this is me on my cancer buzz. I'm very excited to be able to bring you regular updates on how I'm dealing with what they're terming as cancer. So what I've got is one of the forms of lymphatic cancer. I was diagnosed just over a week ago. I was pretty sick when I was diagnosed. That's why I went to hospital and got the diagnosis. Prior to that, the doctor had missed everything. Granted, I did do a lot of self-looking after. I didn't go to the doctor every time I got sick because it's expensive, it's a lot of mucking about, the waiting times are getting longer and longer and longer, the service is getting less and less personal, and so I've sort of been looking for alternatives, but we're not going to talk about those on this video. Anyway, what I wanted to share with you today is the weekly shop of a cancer survivor. Somebody who's really looking after themselves, doesn't buy rubbish. I'm going to bring this stuff out and give you a brief explanation of what I've bought and why I've bought it without going into huge detail. But we'll start at the top. None of this is in any particular order. So let's get some big things out first. 2 cauliflowers. I bought these because my cauliflowers are mainly in my garden to feed the slugs. I'm not doing very well with cauliflowers. Some fresh root turmeric, which is going to be going into pretty much everything I cook. I'm trying to consume as much of this in the powder form daily as I can because it's really, really good for you. I bought myself a treat. Bought myself a packet of dried cranberries because they're very high in antioxidants. That's why I'm eating those. I'll put those to one side. That's like the Bounty Bar or the Morrow Bar that I used to buy when I went and did the weekly shop. That was a treat. That's my new treat. Next big thing. A dead chook. Yes, now that I haven't got the vegetarians living here, I can ease back into a more of an omnivore lifestyle. I love my veggies, don't get me wrong, but at the moment I do need some safe protein, and meat is one of the best ways to get it. Blah, 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 blah. I'll do a lot with that. That will do me 4 to 5 meals. I'm going to leave that out because it needs to thaw. I'll put it there. I'm not buying bread, but I have bought a packet of white tortillas. Okay, I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they were cheap and I do like them, and I'm going to eat them sparingly. They'll go in the freezer and I'll pull them out because they thaw in minutes. Eggs. I'm eating a lot of eggs at the moment. Butter. I'm moving away from oils and I'm trying to use more butter and things. I've bought myself a packet of cloves. I'm going to grind these cloves up and I'm going to include the clove dust in my tea that I'm drinking daily. I've got a packet of kumara, sweet potato. I got these because I've run out of the ones that I grew last year in the garden. I do need to cut up some slips and make some more to replenish them. I eat the tops of kumara as well. When it's growing in the garden, it's a lovely leafy green over the top. That gets eaten a lot by me. Now, I've bought some spices. I checked the back. Anything that comes in a packet, I read the back. I make sure that there's nothing surreptitiously added. This is great. It says here, I'll bring it close so you can see. Just believe me, believe me. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Turmeric, 100%. Same with the ginger. As I say, I'm powering through these two at the moment. I bought some canned goods. I read the back. On the back it says, ingredients, coconut, water, thickener. And that's just guar gum. Okay, a couple of those. And a couple of cream, which basically just means less water, more coconut. What am I going to do with those? Well, I'm going to add them to some really expensive, really nice coconut yogurt. And I'm going to make itself. It will self-replicate. And I will have an ongoing supply of yummy coconut yogurt just by adding some coconut cream. And I'll be able to have that in place of dairy. Got myself some paprika. Now, it does say here made in New Zealand, but I bet it wasn't grown in New Zealand. You've got to be careful with that. So I've got ginger and garlic. You'll see that I had the powdered ginger and garlic. I've got the fresh turmeric. I'm big into these things at the moment. I'm consuming a lot of good, healthy food. What have I got here? Diced tomatoes with a few flavours in. Once again, checking the ingredients. There's not an awful lot of anything in there. There's certainly no flavours, colourings or preservatives. 6 of those. A nice tub of natural yogurt because it was on special. And I'll eat that because it's going to take 4 or 5 days for this to happen. For those of you who want to make your own coconut yogurt, watch this video. It's me telling you how to do it. So, I've been reading about what people who are fighting illnesses should be eating. And for years and years and years, it's been chicken soup. Everybody suggested chicken soup to heal yourself from pretty much anything. And that's a good idea, but it doesn't end there. Your whole intake must be changed if you want to get serious about this. You can't have any rubbish anymore. I used to be a pizza fiend. I would eat at least 2 pizzas a week. Guilty pleasure. I have been known to go into the bakeries and sample their pie fare. New Zealand's famous for its takeaway pies. But I've never really got into soft drinks. I don't drink alcohol. I'll have a beer very, very occasionally and a wine even less. But I do drink both. So if you turn up with something nice, I won't say no. What other guilty pleasures have I got? I will tell you one thing. I haven't been into a fast food restaurant where you line up and order off a menu above your head and it all comes in separate packaging that fills up the planet with rubbish, since I was in my 20s. So we're talking 40 odd years now since I went into any of those type of places. My idea of takeaways is Hong Kong House Chinese takeaway, which is in town here. And Hong Kong House have been feeding me for quite a few years because they've taken the time to put the signs up saying that they don't use MSG and that they don't cook in canola oil. And that is really sticking your neck out when you're living in a small town that's full of average Kiwis. But it's good to see how health conscious they are. I don't buy the rubbish stuff. I don't buy the sweet and sour pork or anything like that. I go in there and I get a black bean chop suey, maybe the one with corn and a little bit of pork in it too. And then I'll get a stuffed mushroom. They're very nice. They do those nicely. Anyway, that's my idea of takeaways. I've been a bit of a biscuit eater in the past. There'll be no more of that. ever again. And I'm trying to knock out sugar completely. There's going to be people who are watching this who know me really well, like the people who lived here for the last 2.5 years, and they don't think I can do it, but I can. The first week is the hardest, and I'm powering through it. I'm not missing sugar at all. Anyway, that's my shot. I'm now going to make myself something for breakfast because it's coming up 11 o'clock. And one of the things of this paleo keto diet, the keto part of it, is your body has to go into ketosis. You don't eat unless you're hungry. You don't eat because it's lunchtime. You don't eat because you're going past a bakery. You don't eat because somebody's saying, let's buy a pizza. There's been numerous instances this week already where I've turned down food that's been offered to me. My dear old mum's a prime culprit. Mums do love to feed you. And she always wants to share lunch with me. And I'm saying, sorry, I can't eat that. Because I'm being hard on myself. And my health has just leapt ahead in the last week. But we're not discussing that in this video. I'm not going to tell you why I feel my health has leapt ahead in this video. If you want to find out what I'm doing about looking after myself in a more medicinal way, well, I suggest you watch my other videos. In those videos, you won't find any advice. You won't find any recommendations. All you'll find is me telling you, my friends, what I've been doing over the last little while and how I'm looking after myself. Okay, so we're just having a chat and I'm just telling you how I'm getting on. It's not medical advice. I want to be quite clear about that. If you want medical advice, you go and see a health professional. Okay? They know what they're doing and they should never be questioned. Okay? Serious? So, I'm going to go and make myself something very vegetable-y for lunch, breakfast, whatever it is, the meal I'm having. And it's going to contain no dairy, and it's going to have lots of greens and vegetables in it, but no potato, no rice, nothing like that. It's just going to be a very tasty vegetable combo.